Well, welcome everybody. I really appreciate the opportunity to welcome you and welcome the Allen family into ours. It's been something we prayed about, and we feel our blessings have been answered today. And I want to acknowledge how blessed we are with our children's decisions on who they've married. We've got a great group of son-in-laws and daughter-in-law, and we welcome David into the family. You know, the greatest thing that we can accomplish, really, in my opinion, is that our children are happy and fulfilled, and that's our blessing for today.
Hello everybody, my name is Rebecca. I have a lot of stories I could tell about Beth, but I'm not going to. But I have had the privilege of calling Bethany my best friend since we were in 7th grade. We've been really inseparable since we were 12. You're my person, Beth, and you really have been, for 16 years. So naturally I've been protective, and I've always kept my eyes open for the kind of man who I could see Beth with. But I've never met someone who I feel like I would trust with Bethany's heart, because it's a special heart. I was actually with Beth and Dave on their first date. We were out for pizza and drinks, and Beth was telling me that she's been talking to a guy. And I was like, well, invite him out. Dave walks in, and I would love to say that it was love at first sight and that we just gave each other that knowing look and we're like, this is it. That's not really what happened. It took time, and Dave was just different than any guy that either of us had met. And at first, that was kind of, oh, well, who is this? But it took time for David to open up. And I remember talking to Beth, and she would tell me about adventures they were having together, things they were doing, but it wasn't serious. And of course, I was like, I know you well enough at this point to say, maybe it should be serious. This guy seemed to be just really genuine and kind, and one thing that struck me about Dave since day one was just his sincerity. But it's been a true honor to have gotten to know you, Dave. For friends as close as Beth and I, it can be a challenge whenever any guy comes into the mix. You've not only treated, my person, but now our person with just so much kindness. And you've also become such a close friend to me and more like a brother. I've had the pleasure of watching you grow as Bethany has really, lovingly invited you out of your shell and made you feel just accepted and loved for all of your quirks and uniqueness. Bethany has challenged you to try new things. And I've seen you, Beth, my best friend of 16 years, grow more in the past 2 years than ever before, thanks to David's acceptance and love for all of the things uniquely you. David, you've helped her to slow down a little bit, and I've seen her just be more present in each moment, where Beth can tend to be go, 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 and so much fun, which is one of the things that, we love about Beth, but you've really helped her to slow down. And I know that you appreciate her the way that she deserves, and the way that I also appreciate her. You've both grown in patience and selflessness and compassion for each other's weaknesses, and have learned to lean on each other's strengths. And David, you're such a welcomed addition to all of our lives, everyone you've come in contact with. But but I feel like I'm not losing my best friend, but I'm gaining another best friend. It was always hard for me to picture an ideal match for Beth because she's so special and dynamic, and honestly, someone who's never really needed a guy in her life until you. And I couldn't agree more that she needs you in her life, David. Being opposite in so many ways, I just see how you are the perfect complement for each other. And now I can't imagine Beth without you by her side. And I couldn't be happier that I won't ever need to. We're all a little weird, and life's a little weird. And when we find someone whose weirdness is compatible with ours, we join up with them in mutual weirdness and call it love.